Where's your mind going?
I'm looking straight at Kia. I mean, the desk touched on it. This player was absolutely explosive, and she looked so comfortable on this map. So I'm sure that Shopify Rebellion have all their protocols ready to shut down a Jet. And this agent hasn't been meta on this map in quite some time. But Shopify, look at this comp as well. I mean, both teams are bringing out kind of unconventional looks to start here. Now, we know that KC's double initiator comp will absolutely be ready to set up Alkia for success here. And it looks like Shopify, they want to get mid-control really quickly.
Yeah, but it's Glance waiting. So, seems very aware of this and already deals with a lot of it. Looks behind and clears deeper in towards middle. So we're getting good information and somewhat denying that there's pressure there. They can now maybe reattune their focus towards this B side. Because Shopify Rebellion are
What
here.
a shot.
Mel with a great start. That's the site now ready. Yes, GX is close, but handled. Oh man, all those cries suddenly getting a little bit quieter. 5v3, and the plant gets to go down.
Oh,
Down. How getting two there?
Just a little bit of misdirected mid from Dodonut, and you saw that it drew 3 defenders from KC all towards mid, but it was just a ruse.
Spike
Shopify,
planted.
they were already regrouping towards that B main, and now Safa, she's just got to be sat here wondering, I mean, how many exits can I get? Let's just collect some orbs, maybe collect some money, but Timmy the Turret position has been revealed.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty tricky. Could actually get the kill on Dodonut there. Who was happily on the hunt. Wanted to min-max her potential and a couple of kills. So yeah, starting to build towards that ult. That's something in their mind. But as a start, Shopify set the tone, right? Once we get into that server, they've set the tempo. But I do want to look a little bit towards Dodonut as well, because, again, just have a little look here at that start.
That
It's
entry
lovely from Mel. That's
yeah,
really
on the
nice.
Lucilia, just falling like that without any utility.
remaining.
Sure, it was a great shot from Mel, but the anchors on these sites, they've got to do a better job at getting the information so they can actually posture for a defense here.
We're going to have to learn quickly. This will be a very clean round, I imagine, if all goes right. Only classics.
That crowd.
Something, isn't it? But Dodonut still landing shots. And I think when we first saw her, when you're rolling your mind back to that first series, up against MIBR, kind of a bit more of a role player, kind of filling that void really well on the waylay. Doesn't have to be the headliner, kind of seeing the likes of Neuer, Sarah pick up that slack between. But this is already a very explosive beginning.
Uh-oh.
Nice, but well traded. Not letting this get too threatening.
Listen, Lauren, these anti-egos always get my heart going, but well handled for surely.
Spike
And
planted.
Dodonut, she's low, but she's going to be okay with it. Now, I expect SRG to go through and try to collect these eco kills. As soon as you can get that Your Ultimate online, you can really set the pace, set the tone. So I expect Dodonut to perhaps drop that Outlaw over to Alexis and go hunting for more here.
Yeah, let's see if that happens. Actually looks like Alexis is already creeping up middle as well, looking to box them in potentially.
She wants her own orbs.
It might be a give it up. Yeah, fair play. Probably the right shout.
Last player
And
standing.
yeah, gonna opt to just dip away from this clean stuff from Shopify, making it through with minimal threat. Yes, there was a kill on the site, but quick trade, not letting that spiral out of control.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see how Karmine Corp approach this round, because on the pistol round, you saw this Viper wall, Neuer getting up close and personal and already gaining all that ground because of that deep wall with just a little bit of misdirected mid. So for KC, they're going to be looking for information. They've got double initiators on the extremities. KO needs to use that knife to let them know, especially on this bonus round, where SRG want to start. Generally speaking, these rounds, they end and start really fast.
Looking for that info early. Again, intention displayed towards middle coming out from Shopify. Dodonut willing to posture up a bit, take some space, put a couple of bullets down, and working behind the utility so far. So limited information for KC, but they're just kind of playing this one out. But they have lost a great deal of mid. There's that knife, and actually pretty good. Going to keep Dodonut present on this, but no further pressure. It's Neuer slipping up deeper, and a barrel shown, and of course she's going to find it. That got a little sketchy. Glance does get the kill, but by now it's already leaning over towards that B-side take.
Very similarly to the pistol, it's just a ruse. They're drawing out all the defenders to be distracted towards mid, but look at the space that Dodonut's able to get. Mel falling on the back lines, that's going to make this post plan a lot more difficult, but they should be able to get the spike down here.
Yeah, again, it is just a bonus, right? So you have to recorrect mentality, but a decent amount of weapons remaining that could be an issue. Looking for light shields, almost none to be found. That's fine, that's good actually. Keeps that Outlaw from being able to run havoc. Eyes on Sarah though, this Bulldog being played in from the attention on side, but doesn't quite get the shot. Swung on, glances there, and KC building back in with 4 alive. Donut can do nothing. KC for standing and first on the board, giving that crowd a reason to chant.
Clean, and that's exactly what you want if you're on the defense side of Karmine Corp, especially considering how that pistol round went. You gotta love this KO suppress coming through, that mid-round information that they found, completely stopping any sort of plan that SRG had going. But I did really appreciate the look coming through. You saw the Q orb coming through from the Viper on Noya's side, completely blocking off that line. And because you lose HP, you get decayed if you go into it. It really allows the attackers to get up close and personal before you're able to even find any information. So well handled coming out here from KC.
And I'm starting to wonder, though, if Shopify just fall back into that, I don't want to say trap, but that look of, okay, we'll go everywhere else on the kind of first couple of rounds, but once we get into the buys, it's going to be that A spam over and over again. But deep positioning, and actually it was well read to an extent, but KC still draw blood first. Alki is going to find Mel, and that removes a lot of the potential for those later round calls to come in here. Smoke's now gone.
It does, but you know, the attackers will always favor a 1-for-1 trade, and that Omen blind, that paranoia, it comes out so slow. So really well handled for Alexis. Got the pre-warning that that sort of early round aggression was on the way, and now SRG, they just want to cut noise, and they need to capitalize off Noya's Q orb, blocking the lines in mid here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Alkia, though, potentially able to swing into this. Wonder how much information she might get as well. Very minimal steps heard at this point, if anything. So you can see it's that almost full reset, right? Pop of the ult, that's going to be Dodonut looking for information and taking a lot of space towards A. That's only going to be one player spotted, but Alkia's position still valuable for one. It's all now going to be seen. It's this crunch towards A. One player back of the site is GX. Potential to do work. Gives away position, pop, flash, slips away. This is nice, but can't do better. The Dodonut, who has been up in lights so far. Such impressive impact, and now into the post plant. This looks solid for Shopify.
That Yoru kit doing work to get into the site. Now, 3 versus 2 post plant. They are in optimal positions here. KC have to do so much work. Safia, she's able to clear it out. That dart's not going to give too much information here. Yoru's just able to TP away.
There it is, right? It's kind of those layers to this. It's going to be really hard for KC to now dig those final 3 out of here. He's still got the turret to get through. The smoke's in play. Owl drone layered in. Could get the tag if needed. I like the idea, but it's not going to work out. Shopify reset incredibly well. That initial contact, Alexis, brilliant to get that pick right back in, and then that re-hit towards A.
And you mentioned it, Lauren. In the beginning of the round, it was a great read from KC. I like the proactivity. They knew that SRG, they wanted this A-main orb, they wanted to contest, but either way, SRG, they're able to just slow things down, and this is where they shine. That experience coming through from Noya, from Mel, the long-standing members, they love it when they're able to mid-round and play mind games with their opponents. So for KC, they've got one more healthy buy before a huge reset comes out in this first half.
And it's a similar start right there. They've got the same implications. Very different look in the fact it's just Noya on his solo mission. Previously, we've seen Dodonut here. Now,
so confident.
Scythe comes in, but Noya is happy on this. Sticks around further. No other support in middle behind her either. She's in a real predicament. Flash was fantastic. Clears middle, but it's a sight hit towards B. Dodonut again. The tip of the spear is sharp today. She is doing serious work for this team. And again, you look at Glance, already having to respect this. Can't really step through towards side by any means.
Yeah, already had to use that recon for some sort of stopping power to try to tee up Safia, but that's just going to delay things in this retake, especially after that peak.
Alexis, normally the unsung hero in this team, right? Feels any role. She is just going for it. And why not send a message? Drop the bodies. GX, it's time to back away, but I gotta look at this team, right? Because again, Shopify, this rebuild with Dodonut, it looks like it's working, and we're seeing all of the stars starting to shine. Dodonut on these entries has been great. Noya has been clutching up so often. Those stats were ridiculous leading to this moment. Again, Sarah in this new meta looks exceptional. And I mean, Mel is the brain of the bunch. We don't need to sing her praises. The glazing is unreal. But for Alexis to have a little time in the sun is great to see. She's a player who doesn't often get the credit I think she deserves sometimes.
And you're seeing a really straightforward game plan coming out from SRG as well, right? We've seen multiple 4-1s coming through that round. I mean, SRG knows that they are in KC's head. They only send Noya to kind of be that distraction in mid, early break down that vent. And that 4-1, 4 groups towards that B main once again. Sure, Noya goes down, but that's the early information. And this immediate reaction coming out from Dodonut and Alexis, comboed with that Sova Hunter's Fury. It's just a beautiful thing.
Man, Alexis is just on fire. So forcing an early timeout from KC, because I feel like they've been trying to be forceful in their approaches. They've been trying to take those, again, that A main fight, I didn't even mind the idea of it, but I feel like they haven't quite got a grip on what the plan is. These 4-1 splits, these attention drawers towards middle, they haven't quite got that read they want to. So timeout comes in. The purchase isn't going to be pretty here either, though, so it's going to be hard to maybe implement some of those lessons after this timeout.
For sure. If I'm KC's coach right now, I'm letting them know, hey, let's not even force here. We need to get that operator on the board online ASAP. Get it into Alkia's hands, and we need a pocket KO. Earlier on, we saw that proactive aggression coming out with an Omen blind. This time around, I'd love to see the beauty of the KO pop flashes. It's the most powerful flash we have in this game. Get some range on yourself, and reactionary flash, right? Find out where SRG want to take control from and set up a trap in the mid-round. So we'll see if KC have something like that planned. You see that shorty in Alkia's hands. That gives you the idea she wants to get up close and personal this round.
All right. A little something. So far, silence at the start. We saw previous to now KC happy to go for a deeper fight towards A. That slow paranoia coming through. This time, no early contact, no early information. And it's a similar scene though for Shopify. They don't know if there's pressure on the other side. It's going to be one of those sort of half-buy rounds. You never know if there's some weird stuff going on. So simplistic from Shopify so far, hyper-focused towards the A side.
I like this hero rifle in the hands of GX. You can see 2 members of KC close by. They want to flood onto this site.
Big knife.
Onto their anchor.
Gotta know now. Maybe still a little bit worried that there could be an additional player, but a pop play from GX breaking the ankles of Donut on the swing there. Now looking for the follow-up. You can see KC piling in. They want a brawl, but it's Alexis again, still standing. Mel dealing with the wave, crashing towards the site. Just one left alive, and Shopify equipped, it feels like every single time. And this is a hard way back through. Alexis just holding the space on the back of the site. The other 2 playing a little bit safer in the post plant. There's not much to be done here. Safia, a very tough predicament.
She's even got to wait out this Q. Just going to decay her down. Almost gets the timing, but Alexis able to just secure that one. And things did get dicey because KC had a strong game plan going into this low buy round, but SRG were always ready for it. That Pong to the ping to the Pong. Mel was always anti-flashed, and these were the protocols that we mentioned coming into this series that for KC's side, they're not going to have as easy of a time. Shopify have been refining and working on these protocols all year long. And look how clean Alexis is making that kill look.
Oh, man. Okay, couple of big ults, though, in play for KC. This is a huge round for them. You got 3 impactful.
They're trying to fake this mid control. Oh, but that's a huge pick off of Noya. Now KC know that it was just a ruse.
Yeah, these 4-1 starting to become a little bit, I guess, readable at this point. Alkia not being afraid to let a couple of those bullets fly.
Covering it.
Posturing up, but 4 players now here. They've got ults to play with if they want this, but Donut finding GX super early. I think that, I don't think that was just blind or above the site. Alexis! Quick on her feet. Donut's still waiting for someone to pour through on Heaven. Outthrown there, Flash comes in. Finding 2 though! How did Sarah fall at the same time? Alexis tries to be called upon, but it's all on Mel. A 1v2 needed. Safia not even gonna let that start. The 3 players remaining for KC, proving they got a fire in them now.
Beautiful opening pick coming through here for KC, and I'd love to see a replay, hopefully, of how Noya went down. I think it was off of a pop flash play, or GX just outgunning her 1v1, but either way, that gave everything that KC needed into this round. You saw that early flood come through, and I love that they're going on to that win condition that we saw on that low buy. Right after that pause, the ride or die coming through for the defenses, following through strong here.
Yeah, and only using one of those ults as well is kind of big, right? You can snowball off this now. Glance investing hers, that's fine. Still Thor to play with, still got that operator in play. Now time for adaptation back from Shopify, right? You've heard that operator, you know what they're up to. I'm seeing an operator out for Dodonut as well, and GX trying to do the same thing.
Again?
I mean, that was ambitious to go back for seconds, and it's not just one this time on the other side. Sarah's got support.
Almost getting away with murder again, though. I mean, Sarah, that was quite the flick, and SRG are going to be happy with that. For KC, they need to find an equalizer. Alkia, unfortunately, just procs her dash, but either way, she still has the knives in her pocket. Definitely expecting some sort of reaggress, and you're seeing it here from Ansulia, but what a shot from Dodo Nut.
I mean, that's huge. Yeah, that's a problem. Because look where the other three players for KC are, even with this buy, even with the ults. Very hard to be in the right place, and it's still being faked out. Sarah's still trying to keep them dedicated here. Don't know how much information she got, if she even saw one, but still, they've got the right call.
Absolutely. Mel is just calling a masterclass right now. Getting full map control, being thorough as ever.
And you can just leave Alexis in these sort of deeper positions, get what you can, do some damage control of the map. There it is, but cleared. Safia going to give them a shot forward, but how far do they even hunt on this? That operator is such a prized possession.
Absolutely. That's a little early from Alexis, giving KC a little bit of a second thought about whether they want to re-go for this, but that Viper's Pit sound cue is really,
Checkmate,
yeah, that's going to solidify things. And either way, KC, we're never really going to go for this. This is a great time for this team on the defense to sit back and kind of recollect themselves in a round like this, though. I mean, these last few rounds have been high pace, high pressure, and the win cons that KC went over in their last pods were spot on.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see the side of KC kind of recollecting themselves here.
They got that opportunity, right? No one's really hunting that close. They've had a couple of seconds just to talk it through, get that mindset right, get locked in on this, find a solution. Now, easier said than done, don't get me wrong. But it feels like that mid-round aggression, there was a window of chance for it. You could already there with Sarah just like flicking back around. That felt almost unlucky, but again, Dodo not finding that, creating the space then to just springboard towards A. Big information, they worked with it well. I don't really see an easy answer, right? I don't know what the solution is. I mean, they've still got a purchase here to play with. They still have those 3 ults. I just need another round. They've only got 2, and it feels like those 2 have been pretty far apart by this point.
Yeah, and I think KC's on the same wavelengths as you, even repeating the same strat that they did 2 times in a row. So I'm glad to see that KC are changing things up. Early dash proc once again from Alkia, even though the drone doesn't see anything. She's gonna want that dash a little bit later in the mid-round. Unfortunately, not rewarded with an opening kill either, and that operator being spotted at A main is so much information for SRG. You can see the spike already moving in T-spawn, shifting towards that B site.
Yeah, very much being dragged over there. And it's the right read. And with Neuer's position, this gets a little bit harder. They've got that 3-man play towards middle, though, to try and crunch this. But Alexis cracks open the site. And then the follow-up as well. It's like watching dominoes fall into place. Good reads, good calling, and great site approaches. That's the only answer back we've seen so far. And once again, it becomes that poison chalice almost for Alkia with that operator. But you still want to save it. You still want to have it going forward. You're probably going to call the save already.
Yeah, the poke and prod from SRG is so fantastic. The op protocol is coming into place as soon as that information comes through. SRG are not going to leave any chances up for grabs here. Not going to let Alkia heat up in any way, shape, or form. And this was a player in their opening match that we talked about how loose and free and flow statey we saw this Jet getting into. But these protocols from SRG are just not giving Alkia any chances.
And I'm glad you highlight that because, look, the first time we saw KC up against Zipto on Abyss, Alkia looked fantastic, right? It was something that was enjoyable to witness, but a totally different beast when you're playing Shopify.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's definitely one of the reasons why this Jet has kind of gotten out of flavor on this map, right? The Yoru definitely has been that sexy flavor for the past 6 months, and for good reason, right? The Yoru is able to really reset so easily, going from the other side of the map in just a split second. So that sort of mobility, it's really hard to replace. So for Alkia, she needs information from the rest of her teammates to be able to arrive to where the attackers are.
Yeah, this is going to get tougher because it does feel like they're starting to hit a bit of a brick wall here. And Shopify haven't seemed lost for an answer by any means. They found solutions on the fly. They dealt with that operator well. Do they get to do it again? Similar start, similar look, but no deep exploration coming in from Alkia with that operator sitting a little bit deeper on site. Close enough
here
for the knife to come in. Should get some confirmation of attendance. How much do they read into this now? They've been conditioned to be worried about that 4-1 split. These fakes have been coming in but it does look very all-in. A big opportunity for Alkia. Right place, operator here. Ult gonna come through, that's an issue. She will have to respect this already. Evacuating the site.
Everyone getting off to the side, and Dodonut has a clear line, but look at this. The rest of her team weren't able to get in. It doesn't matter though. Dodonut on top of the site. The crossfires are already getting created for SRG here.
Yeah, almost given too much respect, given too much room to work. Freedom found. Fear being shown by KC, and a double stack towards heaven. Sarah eviscerates Glance. Oh, it's too easy. Shopify Rebellion locks the hell in. It's Neuer on the operator now. Hell, just give it around. It's just Safia left alive. And maybe can go down swinging. But I doubt the round will go any other way. 8 gonna be carved on the board for Shopify. They are in full control.
And worrying signs for KC. Up until this point, it has been absolutely neck and neck. And this is the first time we're seeing the defense from KC just not willing to fight. A little bit of confidence being shaky. And they need a reset ASAP, because this snowball is just going to get bigger and bigger as we go into the second half. These last 2 rounds are so important for KC.
It becomes a necessity, right? It's not just a nice to have. It's not a, okay, maybe. It's a, we can maybe get out of a pistol round. We can make it through the second half with a chance. Held on to, it would not be enough.
I like this aggression coming out for Alkia. She's gonna get in. We saw the pop flash coming through. They know now that nobody is in A main, but look how fast Shopify are. Already into the site. Safia has so much on her plate.
Yeah, and no one can really help her either. Yeah, it's a quick trade. Nice work actually from Glass, playing from the try box. Lovely pick towards Sarah. First time to have their players in the right place from the back of the aggression from Alkia. Good info on that. But Alexis and Neuer
Last player standing.
just down to 1. Clutch potential off the charts, and the first gets claimed, and Alkia makes it there in time, and they get a small bit of a buffer to start playing with.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff coming out here for KC. And I gotta say, for Shopify, a little bit maybe overzealous coming into this round. You even saw towards the end there a green kit coming out here for Neuer. She had her Molly, she had her Q orb, and we've been talking about Neuer's Viper coming in on this map, being able to cut off those long lines in middle to make the defender second guess where that his is coming. So be curious to see where Neuer places her Q orb in this round. The KC fans are sending that energy.
Yep. They want them back in this game, and this is KC's map choice. The Dodonut going on the hunt towards middle. Oh, there's a smoke invested. Slows down and limits opportunities. They're going to reset on this mid exploration.
This time around, Shopify Rebellion are slowing things way down. You can see that Q orb I was talking about has been placed in mid, and this is going to make the defenders respect this area. Quick rotations coming out for Glance, and she's still got that recon dart, so that should allow KC to cheat their rotates over.
Oh, this is a lot on Alkia's plate, though. Flash.
This is the first time we're seeing them come into her crosshair, though.
Got to be ready. And a little too slow. Just off the money, and now this could be the flood. It's the green light. It's a go signal. But for the second time of asking, she has the answer. Flash, but no swing. You can see the want, the temptation. They dive down, trying to play between the smokes. And this is a great position. Spotted out 1 for the divide in play. It's all gone chaotic. It's pandemonium. But finally, fights being won out by KC. Mel, Sarah, still alive. And Mel's position finally considered. A quick flick, but no connection. Mel brings us down to a 2v3. A possible scenario, but the spike in a dangerous position. And a missed shot. No problem in the end for Alkia. Just about claiming that 4th round back. It gives them a small window of chance, Potter, but it is small, right? This has to be a near-on perfect second half. Shopify have sent a hell of a message.
Red Bull gives you wings.
See, like, mate, all the
best, all the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry.
1, 2, 3, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. 1, 2, 3, I don't know who else to be. 4, 5, 6, like they say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. I don't have any favorite, just give me any kind. Even if it hurts a bit, I think I will be fine. 24/7, all I do is procrastinate, procrastinate.
Well, smiles all around for Shopify. 8 rounds is a fantastic takeaway from the first half. KC did claw back those 2 towards the end, making it up to 4. Checking in on the Coinbase Econ report, it is going to be Alexis actually kind of being the standout for us here. Bit of an unsung hero, but with the side swap coming in now, where are you looking? What are you looking for from these teams?
You know, I think KC have done just enough to kind of carry that momentum into this attack side. I love me a double initiator comp. They're really going to have over information to relay over to Alkia to really pick the most optimal site wherever they want to execute. KC should have the information to be able to have that process of elimination throughout this whole half.
Okay, so they've got the tools to be able to do this. It's not impossible, but I think it has to start with pistol here. When you're at a deficit like this, you kind of need to get that under the belt.
Yes, and you know, this map, Defense of Abyss, is so known for just losing out on those sites. Once the pace changes and the attackers find that gap, it's so hard to hold down the fort. So I'm looking at Alexis and I'm looking at Noya, the 2 anchors on this map. This B site is going to be a hot point of contention.
It looks for KC like they want to start with a glance towards middle, right? Take that look, see what it's looking like out here. And it's with intent, right? They're going to post up one, get themselves situated. Trying to show a lot, but look where that spike's heading. This is not committed towards A.
It's not, and you know, you said the glance is towards middle, but glance did start towards A, and right now it looks like KC, they want to contest towards this B main. You see that quick regroup coming, but on Celia, she's trying to sell a fake towards A.
But you want to see how these two fared, right? Alexis and Noya, and they're passing with flying colors. They didn't look phased for a second. And the critical, the vital pistol round falling away for KC. Shopify Rebellion again. Flawless to start with. Christine, they looked good.
They look more than good. You're absolutely right, Lauren. And I was worried about the anchors coming through the defenses from SRG. But look at this wall coming out from Viper, just completely cutting off the entire line. You feel group, but all of a sudden you can't help your teammates. No trades going in your favor. And then SRG are just thriving in that chaos. Beautiful flood, beautiful collapse. And KC, they're going to be talking to each other about, hey, listen, Glance, I need your shock darts to break all of this util right now.
Well, that's what's going to be on the cards for them, and it's not going to be easy. The time for a test. Quick pop of the util. Man, look at this site. It is Spam City. Alexis going to be overwhelmed here, though. Goes down swing, going to take one. Noya! Oh, yeah, line him up, knock him down. Go on, Glance. Ain't going to be. All right, Shopify. 3 left alive. Man, they look scary like this. 10 rounds found in the blink of an eye.
And you saw how quickly Alexis, the Killjoy coming through for SRG, reacting. They're not going to let Oncelia have any sort of looks. As soon as that suppress was even chanced at shutting them down, just pre-procking it, not allowing them to get close.
Your biggest mistake.
So for SRG, I mean, I think 3 or 4 members stayed alive. They're going to be beaming with money coming into their bonus.
Being quite frugal about it all, though. Going to be sticking down on, what, the Guardian, the Bulldogs, and then a couple of pistols around it. Best chance yet for KC. But, I mean, their purchase is going to be lacking in a lot of areas. You've still got those Guardians out. They do at least have the full shields.
It's a really early KO Molotov to push off this U-Haul. That's going to give GX a lot of confidence to cross, but the turret crosses or spots the cross right at the last second.
See how they problem solve this, though. That someone slipped the net. They know about one, there could have been more. Turret gets handled and a cross back from GX. But already reactions made by Shopify sitting super deep. Look how well Mel's sitting. I mean, basically back by spawn. So a complete reset across the board.
Defenders handling this really well, making the attackers have to poke and prod a little bit more before they gain any advantages. Now, this drone sound cue towards A main is definitely going to keep Sarah and Dodonut busy, and you can see a little bit of indecision coming through for KC. They originally wanted to go slam B, but a mid-round call coming out, I think that was probably from Glance. But SRG, they haven't moved. I mean, the perimeter, it is strong.
30 seconds left.
Full utility still here, and Mel, she's still got that. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, good. Sarah's still here. Dark goes in. Not going to get the info on the cross, but the spam pretty good. Going to at least connect a touch. Chip away towards one. The side looking more vulnerable. A plant now given. Mel still focused. Going to take away Alkia. Backside not safe. Hold on. How are they falling? Shopify! How are you coming back into this? This was not your round. KC had the keys to the castle. That was your chance, and it's just been ripped away.
That is a feels bad. I mean, Dodonut with a little bit of user error, but man, what an easy round to laugh off. If you're KC, that is salt in the wound. A freebie on the table up for grabs, but SRG, we talked about it, their perimeter, their defense, how they were reacting and moving around the map was so good. And even with the lack of weaponry, they're just able to make this bonus look so clean. This round was a little too easy for SRG.
Yeah, it should never have been like that. Also, what the hell did Alexis just do with that ghost, man? Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, take your time out. That's a tilter, right? That was your fight back in. And you got a free entry. You don't get them often, right? This is a tough spot.
Absolutely tough. I mean, for KC, they're going back and looking at their finances, looking at what ultimates are coming back online to kind of posture for any sort of comeback. And at least for KC, they've got the crowd on their side. They've got the energy and the aura revolving around them. They've really got to look at this as a marathon, truly. Map 1, warm up into it. There's still map 2, map 3, and there's still this first half to really regain your composure.
Exactly, right? It's not done yet. It's not over. But they need to use this as building blocks. It can't be the end now. I want to see activations from these players. Take some risks, make some moves. They did everything right to an extent. I mean, I don't think they did anything wrong until they got to the site itself. They were doing the best they could. They got that nice pressure towards middle, forced away Mel, made them play a little bit deeper. But again, that B site looks horrific to try and play into. So the map feels small right now. But let's see what they do here. Again, you got Stingers, you got some Sheriffs, I think. Maybe just one at you at glance. So Dodonut already on that Outlaw. Looking to go farming here. Light shields galore, barring Safia. But Mel already with the beginning. GX has gone down. Oh, they're just, immovable at this point. Not getting the fights that KC would want.
Yeah, broken by coming through for KC. And I think I even noticed their smoke in mid missing and leaving a gap. So KC are definitely going to have to regroup here. They were able to get the spike, though. They should be able to get the spike down here. I don't think SRG are going to risk it. Unless...
I mean, after that, you get a bit curious, don't you? Temptation beckoning. Glance trying to buy him a little bit of time maybe for this plant, but they're looking for a pick. You're not going to get one, I'm going to be honest. Look at this. 3 players stacked up and Mel immovable. Glance, big shots though. Okay, hold on. Maybe. Bloody hell, Glance. You gave it a damn good go, I'll give you that. But it has got Shopify Rebellion up to 12.
And not only are those feel-good shots, but it did, in fact, put the Hunter's Fury online for the IGL side of KC. So that should be somewhat of a glimmer of hope, at least coming into what might be the last round of this first map. But KC, Sova, expecting some sort of Hunter's Fury play coming out here, especially if she gets this drone tag.
Would be dreamy at this point. So 3 plays stacked towards the A side. Dodonut going in for the flash and takes the space. Also takes
huge pick.
Mel away, Safia.
Right.
There we go. That's much better. Good info on this as well.
KC able to proc this Viper gas towards that B, and they're happy with the opening picks. Gonna go and just regroup, keep this one simple. And you can see that SRG, they're re-aggressing, trying to find any sort of equalizer that they can. And there is no Sentinel on the side of KC, so at this point, though, in the round, they should be aware that it's way too free on the A site. We better hold our back lines. And for SRG, they just want to do money damage. Try to get as many kills as they can. Sophia is just up for an ace.
Why not?
Go get your ace.
Alexis is out of there, by the way. Alexis is going so far away, you're not going to get it. Way to be a killjoy, literally, Alexis. So that's not going to happen, but a confidence booster, right? As silly as it sounds when you're facing 12 rounds, these small things make it feel at least possible, right?
Absolutely.
Brilliant start. Safia able to open up the round and then follow it up, right? Huge stuff.
One round at a time, one round at a time.
Yep.
And for KC, they didn't have to use the Hunter's Fury this round either. I mean, Safia just found those 2 opening kills and made this round easy. So another round where KC is going to be able to call out one of their best strats that they have in the playbook. Revolving around 2 ultimates now. And I mean, just 1 orb away from this KO ultimate as well. Yeah, these are those are some clean shots.
Yep.
It's exactly what you need if you're KC.
W's in chat. There it is. All good. No need for a timeout in Shopify's mind. They're happy to continue going as they are. Don't blame you. And also, you probably don't want to give KC another opportunity. So keep going as you are. A couple of ults in play for Shopify too. But KC, it has to be perfect. Can't really take the foot off the gas. And it looks simplistic in approach though. Direct in towards A, deep flashes, no one there to receive it. Shopify already playing very deep off site.
You saw Kia try to float and dash into that nest window, and a lot of aggression here in this post plant. They're not playing on their side of the wall. They don't want to give this Mel Astra any sort of chance in this retake protocols.
Yeah, I like this. KC trying to stay postured up, trying to stay in control of the site. No opportunity to flood back in easily. Trying to be set into motion by maybe the Aldrone, but GX tries to... Wait, it's actually Alkia playing through that CT side smoke. I feel like a little unnecessary at times, and now it starts to crumble. 4 players standing for Shopify, and just the 2 on the other side. KC now trying to do what they can. It was a desperate attempt, but desperation is not the answer here. Shopify making it through this map like it was nothing in the end. A little close on this, but the defuse is there. Calm under pressure in the end. 13-5. Shopify make it out of KC's map, looking unscathed. All those boos, all that cheering made no difference. We'll be back after this.
Gonna have to break through and
Sorry,
I
saw
heckin'
Meg.
love game changers too, Mel.
Meg, the one and only egg. It's fine. She wishes she was Mel. I've sadly had to watch her play. It's not the same. However, we focus in, right? We have map 2 here. Map 1, 13-5. It wasn't that close. This, I hope, is closer. My fears are it may not be, but prove me wrong, KC. Show me what the game plan is. Show me what you've got here.
On pissed around, the Skydog is super powerful. I'm expecting space making here from Alkia, but a little bit
Didn't
of
see Noya.
timidness. Nobody following through with that dog bite. That's so much utility on the pistol.
I don't. And again, Noya unchecked on. They only know about Sarah. Still, they look hesitant. Okay, so they've got a player inserted in towards sewer. That's going to be GX. They've still had a little bit of an exploration towards middle, but Safia's not gone too far yet.
Yeah, and you can see that paranoia still in the back pocket of GX from that short A. I'm assuming that KC, they want to do a B pop and get a lot of value, maybe press the issue into A-Link here.
Okay, so there's going to be Dodonut and Alexis nearby. They've taken the space. And it seems like something that Shopify were willing to give up here. So the spike's going to be planted. A 5v5 post plant is going to be nuts. Okay, here we go. Good luck,
Definitely
observers.
want to push A-Link. You saw that paranoia going out right then.
But nice reaction from Sarah, though, to sit a little bit deeper. There's still Noya unaccounted for. You can see the caution being displayed by KC. A late lurk in addition. This is big as well. Keep in mind where GX is. GX might be the final punch to this, but actually it's going to get messy. It's Glance. GX putting up the numbers. Now Noya Look at the HP on the other side. There's only one that's sitting safe. That's Safia. Still, Glance, 12 HP, going to be removed. GX gives away the position. Neuer fighting forward. Time not on her side. Karmine Corp going to get the first here.
And such beautiful timing coming out here for GX right after she facilitates that reaggress into the A-Link, just finding her time, finding space, and was always that insurance plan. The checkmate coming in for this post plant. I liked the crossfire from Shopify. At any point, it almost was strong enough, but the moves coming out, you gotta love the mobility. I mean, Glance, such a confident player, and she's absolutely gonna need a spearhead for her team in this second map.
Yeah, she kind of has to lift the mood as well, right?
Yes.
Keep that confidence up, try and momentum build here. Because the second you take your foot off the gas against Shopify, they will punish you on this. Now, we've gone for a bit of a gamble stack, no sweat in my mind. Why not go for it? It's only classics. Also a little bit of a chance just to get, mentality in the right place, focus up, think about these next couple of rounds. But on the other side for KC, it's a patient default, right? They've not really kept much of a close eye on C, but they at least have that alarm bot. So that should ring the alarm bells considering how far they've had to have explored to be able to get that contact.
You can see the reaction coming out for KC. I think they all already probably see that the orb was collected as well. So that Sova drone clearing out that short A, making sure no shotguns or any trap is going to be facilitated over there. Shopify are being extra mobile in this eco, and I like the reaggress from Safia.
Yes, I'm absolutely with you in that. I was a bit worried they were being too static from KC, but seeing this, her re-clearing this space is big. That should be, the fact that she's gone this far, and now there's that weird little smoke behind you, you kind of know that you've got this space to work with here. So a really good read, and KC going to take that information and go with it, right? This should be a plant. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Again, she only has a go, so she can be the one to go hunting a little bit further, take a little bit more of a gamble, but you don't obviously give anything up for free.
And this should be a clean round, and that's going to mean a lot for KC if they can keep it clean, especially considering how that first map went, gain that confidence, and really control the pace. You can see all of Shopify. I mean, at this point, they're just talking to each other and like, hey, you know what? Let's just die to the spike. Yep. Let's not give them any free orbs. And Safia, I like the positioning. The rest of KC, they're going to allow Safia to farm these orbs herself.
Yeah, these are good reactions so far from KC. I like what they're up to. And Safia going to have a chance on this to get a couple more kills.
Patience.
There it is, nice. And going to go down. So Shopify going to get their wish as well, going down to the spike. And KC get to walk away. 2 rounds in hand. 4 still standing. The right player to go down, if anyone. Again, Safia was willing to go for that. But again, rolling our minds back, that backfill of space was fantastic. I really like what she did there.
And a huge bonus round for KC to work with. You can see Alkia and Safia playing hot potato with that outlaw. I don't see any half armors coming through here. It's going to be tougher to find the opening pick. You can see SRG, they want to control this A main. They don't want to let KC control the pace. Already letting that stun go. Look at this aggression.
Yeah, Dodo not getting right involved in this. Sarah could be in trouble though, but a quick trade out. Both sides taking blows really at this point, and it settles down to this 3v3. A loss of 2 on either side, and a willingness to fight for that A-long space. Let's see how this one settles down though. Again, KC still have a lot of the map up in the air. They don't quite know where they want to take this, but we saw that patience in just that previous round.
And that patience should pay off for KC. Love the look that Safia just did towards Long C, breaking Alexis's utility. And you can see that Alexis, she's got to respect it. Moved over, left the B site, and now towards that garage. It's going to open up the gap for KC.
Yeah, so plant going to be on the cards here. The deeper positioning from these two could be an issue, though, so I want to see how KC decide to get themselves situated in the post plant. Safia, the penny's already dropped. Very aware there's a chance that someone could have wrapped this side. And yeah, really nicely done. Doesn't need to do too much now. KC on for the fight, but the spike does get left in its current spot. So Alexis does get a little bit more room to play here. Another chance for this, 30 seconds. Plant now in and a 1v2 for Alexis. Spots out the first, doesn't get the kill. Alexis trying to toy with this, get those bullets burned, but she can't get away. Safia stays on it, the classic more than enough.
And rinse repeat for Safia as well. Her first kill earlier was with that outlaw kill, just quickly busting out the classic, able to clean house with it. And I liked the aggression coming out for Shopify, but Unfortunately for Dodo, just one and done is not enough.
That's a very early timeout. This is really early for a timeout. Like, what does this tell you? Because I don't see many coaches ever pull in a timeout this early unless it's a complete misread or maybe just hearing what Mel's saying and not agreeing. But
yeah,
I can't believe we're seeing it at round 4.
It is definitely a head scratcher. Maybe Effie's just didn't like the kind of comms coming through from their teammates. I wouldn't assume that it has anything to do with energy. I mean,
no,
SRG have definitely been controlling the pace, so I don't think they need a breather at all. But certainly either Effie's or Veer getting a read of their own. You can see he's rap godding right now. Yeah, and it looked like it was right between the two, right? Mel nodding along, Effie's kind of having that chat. Sarah getting a check-in as well. So it's interesting. Genuinely, I want to see if there's a tangible difference or we maybe just get it down the line. But it's given a reason for the KC fans to cheer, right? They will absolutely let you know even the smallest of benefits. Yeah, we'll see the next gun round, whether SRG lean on towards all 3 members starting towards that A site. This low buy, it is a little different. The last time around, SRG, they grouped all 5 members to walk down towards that long C. It looks like another look of slight aggression. This high-low with the D Sheriffs will be strong. But KC, they've been doing a great job really being thorough on these low buys. Yeah, I've liked their defaults to start with. They've been really diligent. But what are you meant to do about that? Donut rattling the brains of Safi, who's been a hero herself for the KC side. But the correct read and a good stall here. Actually going to misplace the timing now. If they want to go for this site hit, it's going to get a bit uncomfortable. KC going to try and force the hand. Force fighting forward. Shopify right place. This is not out of the woods just yet. It's getting dangerous. The Shopify Rebellion rip through them with a MasterCard Thrifty. Well, there's the reaction, I guess. Yeah, and you know what? Coach Effie's, he knew. He was not something. Liking what he was seeing. And that slight adjust was, hey, let's take advantage of our Viper wall, right? Let's send it down mid. And he was able to cut off the line from Safia's turret, allow Dodonut this opening kill. But that flood back onto this C site, you can see all the members just arriving in time, and all the attackers are just choked up on the other side of that Viper wall. Huge delays coming out for Noya. Well, this is where we kind of thought we might see the effect of this timeout, so we'll have to kind of check back in. It does look like a little bit of a positional switch up as well. Sarah and Mel mostly focused towards A, but we do see that already Noya's coming on over. But for KC, it's an early show of force. And once again, going to leave posted deep is GX. This was the lurk that worked out last time. Operator, going to be heard. Safia, lucky to be alive, walking away on 8. Safia has been going forward and breaking Alexis's utility early. So good communications coming through from SRG, telling Dodonut to be on the line. And GX has been in this position before, being inserted. And that's actually going to be huge for the side of KC. Pushing back and gaining that garage line allows KC to mid-round in this round. Yeah, the protocols are really good. Breaking of the util, pressuring around the map, forcing them a bit deeper. So far, ticking the box. They still have to stick the landing, but by all rights, this is a great start. Looking at this, though, no over-rotations from Shopify Rebellion. Still happy to kind of put a lot of faith behind Donut and that operator, as you rightly should, keeping the other 4 players a little bit 30
looser.
seconds left. You can see that Viper Q going up, cutting off the line. Early utility coming up, but that's a lot of delay. Bell trying to be slippery, and she is going to take down Alkia. The layers to this go deep with Shopify. Brutal to try and scale up on. You can see how hard it is to navigate that utility the second you show. Safia, the one who copped a boatload of damage earlier, has been healed up at least, but still going to have to walk into the lion's den, it looks like. And yeah, just going to let the time simmer away. Shopify, good read on this, good control. And that was that re-aggress going into that garage, right? We talked about KC look like they're doing enough, but SRG are so proactive. The Neon, the speed of Neon arriving right in time, and really it's the duo of this Viper utility and KJ utility that's able to buy enough time as well. Yeah, real beautiful defenses coming out here for SRG. Now you can really see the intent behind it. Very hard to get that springboard in. Alkia, it's going to be brutal to try and make it through if Noya's in the right place, which so far she has been more often than not, it feels like. We go again, though, this time, Pacia potentially.
a little bit more direct in approach, maybe looking to try and abuse this. And they do. Alkia does well, but Mel again, still so good at holding this down and wants to stick around. And that's why follow-up bound, but she falls eventually. Does her damage though. And Noya's got to slip in. And again, Donut's here. They're not going down without a fight. And the site stays in the hands of Shopify.
The re-aggress, the re-flood from SR is very strong, but KC are handling this well, just booking it and beelining it towards C. The agent names coming through strong, so the information has been relayed. Noya, this is a great re-aggress. She knows that the A side is clear. This should speed up Donut's rotate.
Yeah, should have heard that turret going down, should know that they are on the move. Seek is going to come down, confirm that even further. Big flank, but hey, that's going to be given away slightly, but Noya is still a nuisance, right? Backline. Alexis now noted. You see Safia wanting in. Tried to be a bit of a threat off the back, didn't get it, but the plant's now down. Noya still being checked on. This utility is here. Spots out some more, clears the path. And they are grouping towards CT. Oh, Alexis! Donut! What on earth is that? How do they win that fight when they look so unprepared? Apparently, it's too easy.
Shopify's protocols are fantastic. You saw Noya, the Viper in that garage, just breaking every piece of util. The dog, the molly, the alarm bot, that sort of distraction. But right after, regrouping with the rest of her teammates in spawn. The buddy system, the protocols from Shopify are just holding so strong.
Damn, that's a brutal one too. 3 back-to-back rounds for Shopify after that incredibly early timeout from Effie's that left me scratching my head a little. But the proof's in the pudding. A timeout for KC is now needed. It feels like they're running into a bit of a brick wall. The adjustments have been good from Shopify, so KC need to find their own.
We'll see if they're able to have a response. 3 rounds in a row. This timeout coming right in the nick of time. And KC, they've got to be talking about that garage control. I mean, we talked about it last round. It looked like they did enough. So I think they're going to be talking about getting more value out of this Sky utility. Every time that dog has been used on the attack side, KC haven't really followed it up. They haven't really tried to force the issue or force the trade or punish whoever is breaking that dog. So I'd like to see KC be a little bit more loose and really capitalize off having this guy in the lineup. And for SRG's side, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe even throw in a little bit more misdirection on sort of being proactive here, because you are definitely in KC's mind right now.
Yeah, a little rent-free for the next couple of rounds. But let's see, is there a plan in mind here on this sort of half-ish buy? Again, looking to see what they can get. We've still got the Vandal there for Safia. The rest kind of just buying around what they can. So a little bit of a lighter investment, but still with intent to try and hit this A site. But I'm seeing the Donuts here, and a missed shot, a chance given, and Alkia takes it. No, you're gonna catch Mel, she does. Alkia cracks open the site. The back line still holding strong though, as Sarah's here, but this was never meant to be an A hit. This is still looking like it's going towards B. This falls down towards Noya. KC, oh no, Sarah again, still finding such value.
Noya still has the molly in her hands, and
they're canceling because of the space. This is, oh,
where
is this awareness from Alexis? So heads up. Noya again, look at this positioning to KC can't
They
catch
have
a
no
break.
idea.
Noya, nasty with it here. KC being corralled around the map. I loved what they tried. It doesn't work out as Glance would have to go nuclear. It ain't happening. I mean, man, what are you meant to do if you're KC?
Noya playing that round so well. You know, she didn't even really get a kill towards that B, but just the presence alone, that Molotov doing enough to just push KC out, and they had enough. I mean, Alkia did work this round, finding 2 entries, completely opening the gap towards that A site, but we mentioned the flood. We mentioned how mobile SRG is being, and if Alexis is able to just find the kills on the back lines like that and being aware, setting up the perimeter, it just doesn't give those 2 entries from KC that bite, that oomph that they're looking for.
Okay, back in we go. This has to be the round, though. This should have been hopefully what that timeout was about. Let's see that intention behind the utility. Let's see that Sky utilized well. Easier said than done. KC, once again, simmer down the tempo a little bit. Reset the pace. Take a breath. Got A main to control. Sarah Doesn't quite get deep enough with the out drone.
I like this round so far from KC. I love that they tucked and didn't give SRG any sort of free information. That should make Glance's drone and Sova look a lot bigger than it is. And you can see that Mel, she already rotated. This leaves a slight gap here.
No donut though, operator and ult. Almost dual wielding at this point. Sarah gonna get cleared up to one, but Donut on the swing, only gonna get one. Good trading from KC. But Mel again, man. They've got no idea. And there's the surprise of your life. Mel just gonna be a nuisance, playing around that smoke just perfectly, but there's a chance made. A 1v2 needed from Noya. The spike not collected, a chance given, but Noya doesn't know it yet either. So she's just amongst them at the moment. How does Casey get out of this one? I don't know if you can even cross from this. They want to try it, double face up, Noya. Oh no! The clutch master is back in the building. Safia's been golden though for KC. 7 bullets, more than enough. Noya, the Danish dynamite strikes again. So damn good.
And Mel just giving the president a slight salute there, and I salute you as well. Beautifully played from Noya. The patience, the awareness, and just knowing and understanding that she can play with her food in that 1 versus 1.
And man, what are you meant to do? Because it was Safia on the other side who's been so good, really calm under pressure, but...
Nice, come on!
And you saw that Glance. I mean, Casey did everything right that round. Glance was doing so much work from B, regrouping with her team as well, but the way Noya is able to isolate her fights, make her moves when it matters, she is not...
I'm sorry. No, even the crowd's just like calling me out, man. That's rough. That's rough. It is a tech pause. What do you think it is? Let me turn around. Let's see if we can spot it. I don't know, actually. I'm not seeing like an easy read. Because like Noya was just like too ice cold anyway. Didn't pull out the headphones. Can't be that. Could be Mel. I'm gonna blame Mel. Probably her. Is there like a player on your team who's always the pulling out the headphones by accident?
It's usually not the headphones. It's the random. I have to pee. It's the we just had a 20-minute break and then you didn't go pee then.
Yep. Now
we have to pee.
Brilliant, brilliant. Love that. Okay, it was a headset issue. It's all good. It's resolved. We're back in. I gotta get one. 5-3 is if you're just joining us, and the resurgence from Shopify has been scary to watch. For Casey. Okay, Mel, calm down. I'm trying to set up the narratives here. Like, relax a little.
Getting loosey-goosey.
Yeah, and Alkia kind of fancies that. Tried to give it a little bit of a look, right? Trying to apply that pressure, but we can see that they're trying to head towards C.
Oh, boy.
No, misses the first, but trying to keep her ground. And GX, she can't be. Where are we in this? That's a real loss here. Going to be operating with 4, but at least they'll get the sight.
And SRG, they've got the ultimate in Alexis's back pocket. You saw Dodonut just booking it after she got that opening pick. They are completely fine with playing this round as a retake. Casey aware of it. They want to re-aggress and try to find something to make this post plan a little bit easier.
There's not going to be much given, though. Shopify going to have to dig pretty deep to get back in. I mean, this is getting a bit weird now. Mel, though, going to find 2. Just powerhousing back into the site. Alkia's still around, though. And Alcia is on the site itself, waiting. Anyone going to try and find the challenge? Donut just being sacrificial if she needs to, but getting a little bit too tricky. Down to the 1v1 again. Surely not another clutch going their way. 3 bullets time on KC's side. Keep your cool! And they should at least get another on the board. KC give it a push up to 4, but man, that took some lifting.
A lot of movement coming out in this round. You even saw a weird Viper ultimate coming out from the defender's side. I mean, Noya, she was just trying to cut the lines to get that retake going, and really unconventional stuff coming out from both teams. But KC did enough. They did enough to stop the bleeding into this round, and it all started with that little bit of that front B, little posture coming out, and finally for KC, they're able to find something to stop the bleeding.
Okay, do it again. Keep going. It can't just be that little glimmer of hope. I want a bit more, right? Donut this time digging deeper, though. Actually going walkabouts. That's scary, but actually great reaction. KC building on the momentum. Noya, she thought about it. You can see the positioning, but caught off by it. And GX gets out of there. Does the damage and escapes. plant should be on the cards. They've once again got that C site under control. They found a vulnerability, Potter. They are looking to exploit this C side of the map.
They absolutely did, and the momentum is absolutely shifting, at least in these last couple of rounds already. SRG, their money is tight. A telltale sign of how close these last few rounds have been. I mean, for SRG, they need to make sure they have a healthy buy going into the next. They don't want to lose grip of how much control they've had so far in this first half.
It's a big resurgence from KC, though. Really happy they found a pressure point to access, right? The C site, be it through Garage, be it through Long, whatever it is. And you saw that already Donut was looking for another option, right? Trying to maybe get a bit aggressive down C, but an isolated Endeavor does not get the reward she was looking for. So, again, at this point, you can see GX are having a bit of a chat as well, getting them on the right page here. Back to a tied-up affair. 5-5 KC, giving us a game now. This is better. This is the team we were waiting to find out, can they do it against someone like Shopify Rebellion?
And if you're SRG, if you're Dodo Nut, you're just kind of recollecting yourself. I actually feel for her. I can't believe that shot missed. It looked spot on.
Looked on the money.
Onto the KJ, just giving her some jiggles, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to afford an operator for the side of Shopify. Still that Killjoy ultimate in the back pocket of Alexis, and this Viper and KJ combo have been so deadly for the defenses to buy enough time. So for SRG, should just be going back to what works. Dodo Nut hears so much sound cue, so much noise right now.
Yeah, she actually took a look through the doors too, so reading that this is going to be that BC site attack. GX though, way deeper than expected, takes away Mel. And now this should be good. Wait and see if that plant's going to come in. It is. And Safia's got to be ready. If they try and flood back through, if they try and fight through Garage, but Alkia digs deeper. Love that. Getting proactive in the post plant. KC coming alive. The fuse started, doesn't get half though. And this is all falling in favor to KC. Just Neuer alive. You ain't going to get it again. KC back in the lead.
And GX just loosening up there, making sure she's feeling herself after she secures that last kill onto Noya. SRG getting caught right there. I thought that Alexis's immediate reaction with that ultimate was going to be enough to find some gaps, find some picks, but the perimeter, the operator in Safia's hands, able to punish. And things got a little wonky. I mean, Mel, that was an early paranoia coming out. You could see that she was trying to activate the rest of her teammates for some sort of flood, but I mean, GX, she was so decisive. Immediate TP onto that top site and able to punish. Things are going really well for KC, at least in these first 10 seconds of the round.
You love to see it. A much closer game already. Feels like a totally different tempo and environment we're playing with here. Direct approach towards B again. This time a lot more utility to stall out. That's a lot of damage taken. Mel, though, goes down for it. All eyes turn towards Alkia, and she's actually the one to strike back. Now Alkia still alive, controlling the back of the site, allows for that plant. And Safia finding the shots now. This is so much better. KC on the same page to write a new narrative to try and close out this half with that strong advantage. But Sarah on 5 HP. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough to deny the turn of events we've started to see here. Safia and Alkia holding on now, and there it is, KC controlling the game at 7-5. They are back in business. There was a drought of rounds, but they found salvation in that final hurdle. 4 big rounds to make this competitive. I can't wait to see if this closes out. If we get a third, hell, even if it goes just 2, I'm still happy. Don't go anywhere.
Player standing.
Say I can't be fixed. 1, 2, 3, your attention's all I need. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. 4, 5, 6, don't let it slip. 4, 5,
what's happening. A force of nature, hit 'em like lightning. Be the creator of the next big thing. We're the movers and shakers, we are the dreamers, the makers. We stand on top of a...
All right, quick look back at the Coinbase Econ report. I mean, Alkia certainly found her footing during this glance. A massive impact player as well. Safi, I mean, you could go down the roster and find a moment that really brought KC back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm very curious what they look like, their defenses. We've been talking about this guy. Now I'm seeing on Celia, she's got a lot on her plate. We're gonna see her be the counter to Noya's pressure, to Noya's control. The Viper on the side of attack side for SRG, she's gonna be able to default, cut the long line of this A main, and so I think this A main contestation is gonna be a hot point coming into the second half.
Man, it's hard to not enjoy hearing the crowd like that. There's not many things I love about the French, but I'll tell you, their fans are pretty damn good. They're pretty damn good. Look, I'm British, I have to do it. 7-5 though, as said, scoreline-wise, KC are in the lead. And I don't want to start the narrative yet. We'll have a chat about it in the third map, but how it feels to not be the favorites in-house. We'll touch back on that if it becomes a reality in map 3. Let's see if we get there. Obviously, the side swap now coming in. It will be KC on that defending side and Shopify on the attack.
I love the Sheriff purchases coming out from the defenders, just holding that long line, a high-low setup. Timmy the Turret even involved here.
Damn, it's high noon down there on C-Long. What are you meant to do about that? Shopify not gonna have the start they wanted. Great paranoia too. GX, yeah, lovely, love it. Alkia, there she is. Little pop flash, but Sarah not affected, but to be falling nonetheless. Alkia with a highlight round, 4 big kills, and a definitive start here in the second half.
That is a confidence builder. I mean, we always talk about buying time, the utility coming out from the Sentinels, but Safia, after an explosive first half, the confidence to just buy those Sheriffs, don't even lean onto the utility. I love to see it coming out for KC, and of course it's Alkia to close things out, and that's what you want if you're KC, is have your duelist heat up.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Like, that's a huge tick in the box. It makes Shopify feel like humans, right? Because they're a team that does come with a lot of gravitas, a lot of reputation, and a lot of respect. You got to rip it away. Reset. Let's see it. Give me the one to receive the first real contact point here. That's a lot of players, but a nice, safe angle to play from. Doesn't need to do too much here. Can just backpedal away. Got to play carefully, though, because that's an isolated fight. Nice again. Again, could just fall off this. Doesn't need to stay around too late, and now it's getting messy. HP is low. Mel is going to get out of there with the spike, but you look at C-Long. It's under control. KC should be looking to keep 3 standing here. Mel can't escape the fate now. It's KC up to 9.
Well handled. Things could have gotten dicey at any point. I mean, SRG did their work, cutting off that line at that B-link with that smoke, but KC, they're playing nice and loose. I love the re-aggress going down to long C as well, not allowing that collapse with those low weaponries to happen. Should be a bonus. It's looking like we're seeing some aggression coming out for this bonus already, taking advantage of this guy.
Let's go. Nice! Let's go!
Suddenly, a new lease of life in the KC side. A bonus round here, though, and a big chance for Shopify Rebellion to try and get things back on track, but GX again, dangerous.
Just inserted.
I love it, I absolutely love it, and GX does get the reward towards Sarah as well. Good damage done, great follow-up. They don't know what they're doing. Shopify are just struggling to get off the starting blocks here. Hyper-aggression from KC has been the answer to their woes.
Mel is gonna take the timing though and gain some space. She knows she's got the better weaponry. She needs to find an equalizer. Oh, but Donut decides not to plan. She wants to break the Sky utility first.
Okay. Well, trying to hold towards CT. Still got the paranoia. Donut up behind, but it's all alone. How the hell did... Wait!
No.
Wait! How did GX get that kill?
That's just a spam through the smoke.
Oh, man, this is different. This feels a little different here. KC, whole lot of upgrades. And Shopify's fans ain't used to this side of things.
Yeah, they are just building and building onto their snowball. You know, we talked about that shift early on in the first half about how that momentum was swinging, and KC, they have not let go of the gas pedal. 4 members staying alive. The money is moneying. A lot of Warren Buffetts
Yep.
on the side of KC right now.
Okay, but remember the impact the timeout of that first half had. Effie's had the answer. Now, I don't know what he said. I'd love to find out. But it got them, what, 5 rounds back to back?
It definitely got them those 3 rounds in a row for sure. No, you're right. The 5 rounds in a row.
5. I'll round it up to 5.
It was an early timeout, though. And this time around in the second half, he doesn't have the wiggle room that he had in that first. So this timeout's coming out right in the nick of time. And this is a broken buy coming out for SRG. So right now, SRG, they got to dig deep into their playbook. Something a little creative, something a little, a bit of a spin in the works.
Go for something a little out there.
Curveball
Why
here.
not? Again, I didn't think, because we were talking beforehand, right? We were just having our little chat. And it's been a minute since Shopify have ever felt what it's like to not be the ones on the adored side, right? The KC fans being a little bit of a sixth man here today, because it just compounds that pressure, right? It just adds a little bit more behind them. And KC have lived up to it, right? Reignited. Coming out of nowhere and bringing this game back. It's not over yet, though. The last time out was filthy from Effie's, whatever that man said. I wish I could find out. But for now, they're going to be on a shoddy old bye. They've got some Sheriffs, a Bulldog. I mean, what's the game plan here?
Looks like they want this orb towards this long C. Getting onto the back of Sarah. KC,
actually,
they knew.
Big damage, though. Zafir going to be down at only 24. GX stands tall, stands her ground. Zafir in support. It's stunning from KC. A complete and utter shutdown here. Just Noy remaining, 12 HP. You are not going to the seaside. You're not even getting a kill. Karmine Corp flawlessly going up to 11.
And GX doing so much work. That reaction, the paranoia on that long line of C, completely catching everyone. But this kill onto Dodo Nut, just peeking onto that line right in the nick of time to counter this neon wall, counter that long line. Beautiful work, beautiful work. KC, they're doing no wrong in these last few rounds.
Look, I love an upset. I absolutely love it. And KC are deserving of this. They've worked hard for this. They're not there yet, though. The game ain't done. A buy-in place for Shopify, but only 5 rounds to their name.
A Molly plus the recon layered together towards this short A. Shopify absolutely don't want KC to get any sort of ground. And Mel is able to punish another reaggress coming up for Alkia.
No,
this
the
timing.
That's crazy. Alexis was on that angle, on that line for so long and just turned away.
It's such a huge equalizer as well.
It leaves such an unknown quantity, right? C's now completely, I don't want to say inaccessible, but it's a really hard road back in. So, and KC are doubling down.
Again?
Walking sewer. This is madness. Noya gonna send away 1. Can you get a second? Yeah, you can. Noya.
Alkia's going again, long C as well.
This is nuts. They are so aggressive around the map. Maybe this is the read that there is just gonna be this repeated aggressive approach. But a plant in play. GX and Alkia up against 4.
Noya
Time on their
seems to
side.
be aware though.
I mean, but Alkia's got a window of chance, but it's gone. It's shut, surely, right? GX goes down. This should be fine. This should be 6, and it is. Noya, the one to make this look safe, Christine. I mean, I'm scared, though. KC feeling no fear, it feels like.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you need. I love to see it. I mean, they did not let SRG breathe in this room at all. The re-aggress is coming from short A back to long C. Alkia, I mean, with just a little bit of more time, this round looks completely different. Especially because that last kill from Noya was a little bit more labored,
guys.
but
Nice round, Nicole. Let's go.
for Shopify, this is exactly who you need to heat up. If Shopify are going to make a comeback in this second half, it's going to be on the back of Noya on this Viper.
But have they truly tempered the aggression? For now, it looks direct in approach. Shopify Rebellion eyeing up that B site. There is a fight to be had, though. Zafia is here. Glance is here. They're going to respect those smokes.
And Dodonut has not found a lot of success. Seeker's already going out from the defenders. They didn't like this front B, even though the Killjoy turret and utility is all up. So it would have been great for the KC to hold on to that, but it's all good. They did get the information and they were able to slow SRG down. But look at this position from Noya. She's just ready to punish any sort of aggression.
Yeah, and you can see that Alkia would love that. And she's not alone in this endeavor for now, but Noya needs to just hold this, right? Big info again, though. This is an information game, back and forth, 45 seconds. Shopify do need to make their move eventually. This is going to be hard work for Mel. Again, these sort of in-game leadership sort of calls here. The fight breaks out towards Long. It's Alexis on the trade. Good trade as well. That could open up that window of chance now to springboard towards A, but the rotations are in. They're fast. They are really fast on this. Let's see, it can be tucked in the corner. Safia trying to draw the eyes, and it's worked! KC with a vice grip in this map! Shopify Rebellion choking under the pressure of it. And Mel, you ain't got any chances now. Spike's lost. It's gonna be 12. Karmine Corp against the odds here, Christine. What are you meant to do?
I'm so shocked. I mean, Shopify, they never look flustered. They're not a team that is not able to mid-round. But in this round, somebody called and got a little too overzealous. They were certainly in control, but they thought they had to hit A in that moment, and KC were already quick to the punch. They read it, and they arrived in time. Look at Alkia. I mean, she is farming. And we talked about on the first map activating this player because she looked so good when she's on her comfort. And right now, she is absolutely in her comfort zone.
This is something to watch, right? This is something to watch. This is Shopify's map choice too. Historically barely touched on this map. It's been a bolt hole for them. Now they're on the receiving end, and it looks like it's aggression again, and Alkia unrelenting in this force. Dodonut wants in, chomping at the bit. But they still don't have full control here. Quick little flash over. Not enough to have probably full faith in, but it's slowed down the initial hit, drawn the rotations. How does Shopify now want to try and manipulate the map?
Shopify smokes go down, so that definitely makes things challenging, but this Viper wall will allow them to cut off this A link if they want to go towards B. This information coming out from Glance, though, should allow the defenders to make their rotates. You can see Sophia has the long line with this
Light
outlaw.
shields. Yeah, light shields in play as well. Can switch over to the Vandal. Ready for this. Sarah, yeah, gonna out-drone in, but the spam is good. Sophia still gonna slip the net. Plays a little deeper, gonna get caught out by this.
What?
How is she dodging this one? And Noya waiting to pounce. Great synergy between Alexis and Noya. You're looking at the back lines now. Controlled by Sarah. It's just Sophia left alive in a 1v3. And they're turning tail. They're taking no risks here. They are hightailing towards that A site.
And it's up to SRG to keep this clean. One round at a time. They've got to make some money if they want to make this retake, or rather comeback in the second half a possibility. Alexis gaining that ultimate with the spike plant should help them on that momentum swing. Sophia, her job right now is just to take her time. She wants every kill she can to keep SRG's money low.
Sarah.
Beautiful.
Find it. Easy stuff in the end. Good work there. Shopify. It's step by step, right? This, I don't want to say it's out of the realms of possibility. They can turn this one around. They have a couple of ults now kicking into gear, right? This is starting to get there. A little bit of possibility. Money's still perfectly fine, though, for KC. Still able to get a good purchase. Shouldn't be a worry. A couple of ults themselves. They have options. Just need that final round, man. That final round for them. Take us to a third.
And for KC, they're opting to not go for an operator. Even though Alkia has that Neon ultimate online, they've got plenty of money, so looks like Alkia wants to go aggressive onto that A main. That's going to give a lot of information. Look at SR. They are so fast.
Yeah, right off the rip in towards C. No resistance, no resilience. Viper's Pit on top. Dot's going to be there. Does give a little away, but not enough for them to be particularly worried. So Melt going to get the plant in. That is a 5v5 post here.
Sophia's ultimate. SRG is not going to be able to break this, so they've got to make a decision to fall back. Just responding with their own KJ ultimate.
Oh, this is going to get messy. The backlines aren't secure. Alkia slowed
Look
down
at
slightly.
Shopify.
It's all a fight down towards Long. GX here, lines them up, knocks them down. The upset could be happening. It's all down to Noya, and it's not gonna happen. Karmine Corp taking us the distance. Sunset on the horizon. And Shopify Rebellion made to look human in a map I certainly did not expect it in. You do not want to see any other way for this to go. The third map deserved. Stick around for this.
It's amazing. You're definitely able to have a lot of fun forward. But if you have protocols on the other side of things, it makes your life miserable. You need to have a babysitter. You need to have a teammate there to break all your utilities. So we'll see how Shopify handle things in this round. And it looks like starting on the pistol, they want to go all 5 grouped. Push back this A main, but the KO knife, that's all 5 members suppressed.
That's 1 for 1. I'll keep count. I probably won't. But it's a good start of things, and I love this from Glance. Set the tone. Send a message. It's a walk middle. It's all 3. They've gone for the brawl. Yeah, Noise found 1. It's a massacre. Just Alexis alive in a 1v3. And she can't bring these players back from the dead now. What are you meant to do but run? KC coming in hot. Looking like they want to play like the big dogs here. Alexis gonna make something of this.
Yeah, she will get into a free site. She still has that Sage Wall in her back pocket, picked up a Ghost. So there's definitely a world, but while we're waiting a little bit, I do gotta say it's unacceptable for SRG to get pushed on with a double Sentinel comp. Definitely need to be able to hold their back lines, take advantage of this comp. I do like this re-aggress for Alexis. She was able to get that reload down and she's able to slice the pie. And she's made a fortress for herself in backside. She only has to focus in front of her.
She's tried everything she can. Finds the first, needs the second and the third to follow. Smoke goes in and they body block. They put bodies behind the line. 4 bullets, defuse. Oh, it was a valiant attempt. Just not good enough. Not in time.
Able to get all 3 kills, but unable to convert and win the round. The power of the Omen Smoke coming through for the retake for KC. And I mean, if you're KC, you're 100% satisfied with that one. I mean, it all started with this re-aggress in mid, that KO knife coming out from Oncelia, just completely stopping Shopify's plan. And you saw all of them grouped up towards A main. They wanted to slam. But we were talking about this double initiator comp from KC, able to get all the information. And once again, Shopify, they're so grouped.
Great timing Valkyrie here. Does eat the stun on the other side though, so won't be able to go for this one. Again, knife should be decent. Should have got them a good chunk of info on this one. Certainly not going to be pushing behind at this point, however. In case you want to keep this clean. Still have the frenzies, a couple of ghosts here and there, so it's not without threat, obviously, with that Headhunter as well. But GX taking space.
I don't know if I like this.
She is on her own here. Luckily, spots it in time, sends a paranoia and backpedals. Doesn't want to get caught out.
Cover going out.
Trying to get that smoke up on the one-way. Does have help now in the form of Glance. And actually, almost caught there on the reload, but fine. It is a shutdown again. Noya and Sarah. A couple recovered weapons, but not much.
Yeah, they shouldn't be able to get to the site because they have no smoke. Oncelia has the line.
One enemy remaining.
Safe play. That's all you need to do. Flash behind. By time. Don't need to give over kills here. Noya would have to dig really deep to get any, if I'm honest. Alkia. The confidence is starting to brim here. KC gonna make it up to 2. Shopify yet to really get off those starting blocks.
Yeah, and clean, all things considered. Definitely was worried for a brief moment there. The fact that GX burned a paranoia and didn't get much for it, but either way, a little bit unsynergized from the side of SRG. We saw it on the second map. Donut so forward. And sure, it's a low buy. It's an eco round. It's a throwaway round. But you want to be able to be together and punish off of that sort of aggression. So I love the role playing coming out for Donut. But SRG, they're going to have to clean things up in this first round.
Aggro, GX gonna try and get involved. It's perfect. Takes away Alexis and gets to live. No trade. No real damage done either. That is a perfect reset. This is KC out for blood.
Just slipping out with that Omen kid. And look at Oncelia. just completely controlling all of A main. She is not going to back out until this one-way goes away. Huge pick from Dodo Nut. And that's definitely going to help SRG mid-round in this one.
Yeah, opens up a lot of options, and I think the Prowler even catching there too. So while this happens though, Shopify exploring the other side, and Alkia slides in, takes away Neuer, and makes this costly down to 3. It's a 3-on-3, and there's still that Bulldog in play, and the Paranoia for GX. Priming this ready. All
no utility for SRG.
Targets. It's going to be an isolated Dodo Nut. Found, put to bed. This could be a disaster. It's a bonus. Keep in mind, GX will not be moved. KC shattering Shopify.
And they did so well. I mean, just that fallback coming out from Alkia. She could have had a movie, but she slides with that stinger, falls back into the site, and just opens up for her teammate to be able to flood back in. And this is great macro coming through for the defenses of KC. And for SRG, I thought Mel had done enough, but you saw it, not enough utility there to be able to actually scale and punish into the site. KC doing work to burn out that utility.
Yeah, this is huge. Again, showing no respect, no fear. They keep going. GX still wants to absolutely eviscerate this side. Sarah gonna find one back, but you're not gonna get much more done. Yeah, handing out a couple of headshots, sure, but again, player advantage. And they're taking high-risk fights here. Again, willing to fight into Shopify.
The aggression, the confidence.
It's wild! Most teams would never do this. Right now, it is down to a... Okay, Rez comes in. All right, we're back up to 3 for Shopify. They see real option in this. But I'm also seeing a player on the flank. Alkia slowly closing in. And there could be a victim to be had. Diligent from Mel. Great timing to turn. And Safia can't do enough. Shopify needing a MasterCard Thrifty to get this one started.
Oh man, and they couldn't have come at a better time. You know, we talked about that confidence building for KC, but in this game, it just can quickly come to bite you there. That's exactly what happens, and it all started with this pick here. GX looked so clean, but that quick trade coming out for Shopify opened up the entire round for them. And finally, the power of Sage coming through. I mean, Alexis was rewarded with this ultimate way early on. I think she almost had it by the 2nd or 3rd round of this half. So coming through in the Thrifty and the Tour de Force. I haven't heard that sound in a few weeks. A huge blind and actually pushing her off that TP. GX is going to feel really comfortable with all this control.
Are they going to pop middle? There was a flash for it. Yeah, and it looked like they wanted to get some pressure building top mid with this kind of 1-3-1. And a bit of a trade out of damage and a trade out play is Safia. Great timing on that swing through market. Catching the punish on Sarah, trying to backpedal away. And Shopify getting no access to this map, man.
The KC are being so proactive. Just every extremity has some sort of trap play. Neuer gets taken out.
Great trade from Alexis, though. But it should be ringing the alarm bells for KC. They know it's probably tailoring towards the safe side. But for Shopify, they pause and consider another option. And the right read, too. Alkia just on the corner, gonna spot out one, but the numbers in their side. This is a dominant start. Karmine Corp in full control.
The push-pull coming out from KC right now is fantastic. I mean, you just saw the 2 players from SRG. They were aware. They've been getting pushed and pulled all game long, so they're both looking. But 3 defenders grouped together, just pack mentality, able to come out on top of these trades. And Safia has just been warming up all series long. I mean, beautifully peeking into that middle.
So nice.
That Hunter's Fury, it's great work coming out from the individuals on the KC side.
Does it stop? Does it slow down? Doesn't look like it. GX still really shouldering this aggression on the other side. Handled by Neuer. Safia this time going to be checked on towards B main. You're going to see a big pop of the ult as well. Finds nothing towards market. You can see this wrap coming around. GX surrounded, but certainly not surrendering. Still going to find a little bit of space to play from. Put that smoke to work in. The spike is on the site. They don't have B main control. Now they do. Neuer putting in a shift here today. GX though still a nuisance. What a shot from GX. With Shopify playing together. Pulling out all the tricks here. The wall towards that top right side and middle. Wrapping through spawn. And let's see it. This is a 1v3 needed. Very complementary positions for Shopify. Shouldn't lose this one if played correctly. And for Shopify shouldn't be making mistakes. They need to really button up here. And I think she knows it.
Yeah, the fundamentals very strong for Shopify. On Celia, sensing that, is just going to tuck tail and back out. And what a round coming out for Noya. I mean, just the way that she got that entry, low HP, playing with her food, keeping that B main player distracted the whole time so that her teammates can wrap around and always create that pinch. But Shopify able to keep it clean, fundamentally strong in this post plant. I gotta say though, I'm still a little bit worried about the timings of their entries. Right now, Donut, she's getting a lot of space, a lot of ground, but not able to make these hits as fluidly as possible for themselves.
Ooh, taking a breather here. I mean, the tempo's been unrelenting, right? Like, Shopify getting 2 rounds back, but finally the money in their hands, a little bit more control of the economy. Karmine Corp, it doesn't really seem to slow them down, though. Going to be on a bit of a broken buy, still that remaining rifle with Alicia, but the rest going to be on Sheriffs, a little SMG, and a very direct approach. Simplistic to start with. And I will keep my eye on Donut's performance here. The level of impact will need her to start firing up. That's a good start. Alkia going to be sent away on only 13.
4 being collected for Alexis. We already saw that, how much value she got out of that res. Donut on her entry.
Nice. Nice cleaning up work here. Yeah, this is good. Shopify, not really pulling punches, just very clean, simplistic, overpowering towards B. And for Safia and Glance, she'd love to get something on the way out, but unlikely. And obviously you don't want to feed through any of these ults as well. Starting to see them swell on the other side for Shopify. Alexis already back on that res too.
Yeah, this is a tough call for KC though. I mean, for them, they don't want to give away the ores, but they do want to punish the money. I mean, Shopify, they barely just collected 1 round in a row.
Some stability, right?
Yeah, you don't want to let them get that ball rolling. So I definitely expect KC to try to punish, but doesn't seem like they're wanting to.
No, for Shopify, a necessary round though. A little bit of a calming of the storm. Mostly given because of the purchase outweigh, but still for Karmine Corp, no problems yet. And also no timeouts for Shopify at this point either. They've happily let this go. They seem to still be, you know, willing to kind of let this play out. Whatever the plans are, it seems to be working just fine. On the other side, similar stuff. So we can kind of look back through this round. I mean, you saw the pressure on the backside. Very hard to handle this if they do go back into it, but obviously, if you're on a bit of a half buy, you can't really take it as absolute gospel. But I do see Outlaws being toyed with for Noya, and a couple of regen shields and a light shield in play, so could have some validity here. Has this done enough to deny the aggression that KC has been banking on?
And we saw Noya shifting, leaving this A main area, wasn't able to find much success. She has been finding success towards mid and B. And man,
oh my God, wait, does she check again? Does she check again?
Oh, this timing!
Oh my God, this is unreal between the two. Alkia's diligence to even look up for that as well, like credit to that. We are seeing if maybe Noya can catch anyone crossing on top mid.
I like this look from SRG though. They just simply waited out on Celia's utility and able to walk contact towards this. Safia has that molly in her back pocket. Oh, but the aggression, Donut is beautiful.
Yeah, this is great. Alicia is getting overwhelmed though. A really hard site to hold on your own here. And oh yeah, there was very little to be done, and an explosive follow-up too. I like the call for kind of almost a contact burst, very deep use of the utility once they were already up towards that A side of things.
Almost seemed like Noya was able to at least have spidey senses about that operator. I mean, somehow Shopify make the beautiful read, beautiful call to just regroup towards that A. And Alkia, I mean, they've got to do so much work to hold on to this operator. Oh no!
Donut wants this one. Can she take it out of the hands? Yeah, it's going to be done. Okay, so KC do not get to keep the weaponry. I'm going to look at those finances. They're going to be struggling here. Flawless round for Shopify, and it's timeout time. KC don't like what we've been seeing in the last couple of rounds, because Shopify have got the answer.
And just how quickly the momentum swings in our game. It is unreal. We were just talking about KC potentially just ruining SRG's money, but now, just quickly, and with a flip of a coin, it's SRG now just completely controlling the pace and the momentum here. For KC's side, they've got to be talking about Safia and this A main control. These last couple of rounds, SRG have been able to find an answer for Oncelia's info. Right after they get that A main line, they're able to re-aggress. And, you know, before it was KC re-aggressing in mid and pushing down, scrimming and finding those timings that was finding them all that success. But these last couple of rounds, SRG have actually been able to sustain and absorb that early round aggression.
Yeah, and this is where you kind of really start to see the value of these teams, the validity, the depth. Once that initial look gets worked out, do they have the ability to evolve? Right now, this round coming in is going to be tough. It's going to be on Sheriffs. It's going to be hard to make it work. But an ethos change potentially, a good mindset refresh here could be just what the doctor ordered. Checking back in as well on the chamber. Again, Neuer's starting to really get into her own. It looks like starting to find a little bit more form here. Alexis starting to come online. Donut certainly picking up as well. This is looking much better, right? Starting to find that form here. Find their footing after what was a real shock of a start. I mean, not many of us would have seen it being so clear-cut. But let's see if now Shopify can take this lead, or do they get caught off by this 4-1 stack?
Shopify being very thorough about this potential mid-push. They definitely heard that market door being closed. But it looks like they just want to leave Noya all on her lonesome, and that dog will push back on Celia, and she's all alone on this site.
Yeah, this is really, really tough. Gonna at least get a cross-map smoke for her, but even that said, it's still not easy to play into this. But you can see the, I don't say hesitation, but the caution from Shopify. Again, we've seen that there could have been a stack here. We've seen fast flanks. We've seen a lot of different looks from KC. So Shopify just kind of pausing, right? Get that initial contact, kind of force Analysia deeper off this angle, and then just, again, slowly going to scale up.
They do not want to get flanked again. Noya just making sure there's no chance on those back lines. I still like the gamble stack from KC. You know, it wasn't obvious in the beginning. You might as well take a risk. They decide to stack towards that B. Unfortunate that Shopify decide to go towards A, but oh, they might 3-2-1 this spawn push, and all of KC are pretty ready here.
Yeah, I want to see how this kind of unravels, because both willing to go for a fight. Neuer going to spot out at least one. That's enough to be a little bit of a warning, but tough to play back in. That wall is going to be frustrating. It should be towards the tail end of things, however, but where the spike's planted, it's not easy to get through. You're going to have to try and break the wall. You can see what Shopify have done here. Built themselves their own fortress. GX has found Neuer, though, so that could open up the floodgates. Pressure's going to be late now. Mel does well. Tap on the spike. But yeah, KC dwindling numbers. It is just down a glance found. Shopify taking the lead. Being a little unorthodox. I think Sarah does get lost in that mayhem, but still, they should be fine for the money, fine for the repurchase. No problems on that front.
Clean, clean. Exactly what you want if you're Shopify, trying to regain yourself in this first half. Things were getting a little wonky, and this is a huge round coming up in this first half, especially considering how back and forth it's been so far. For Alexis, that Sage Res in the back pocket, definitely looking to see Noya going for an early pick.
Looking at this mid piece again, I kind of like the ideas we've seen around it. Alkia this time on patrol, on duty over towards A. Operator ready. Noya's been good at this though. This time a little bit deeper on the line. Hasn't explored further yet. Safia trying to work it out as well. This is what we're looking for, is adjustments and how they want to approach this too. Prowler towards market, kind of gives away a bit of the game, but Alcia is already going to find Alexis, so that res is down. That's the first person gone.
But it's a fast B split. Donut has been able to re-wrap, and look at Noya's positioning. She's just waiting for the pinch.
Yeah, this is getting sketchy. And Mel's going to find GX. Safia overwhelmed. Good trade. Sarah will let that happen every day of the week. Neuer there to kind of be the full stop to the sentence. Plant now in time on their side, but it is a 3v3.
No smokes, though, for the side of KC. Oncelia's ultimate on KO should buy them some time. No utility being used for Donut.
And no trades available on that position either. A very isolated spot there. And now you got to look at the last two. Sat a little bit deeper. Eyes towards Neuer. Eyes towards Mel. Good plant for them here. Oh, great trade. Hold on. Oh, my God, Analysia. How did you get that full up on Mel? I do not know. But it was heaven sent for KC. 5-5 now. Still very much in this game.
Oncilia taking full advantage of that KO ultimate, giving her that little stimmy, that speed to be able to shoot her gun and move a little bit faster. And I think I want to say that KC probably communicated to each other about Mel's positioning. I think they
Oh,
saw
yeah.
her TP up there a little bit earlier on. But beautiful stuff, and you can see how hyped KC are getting. I mean, that was such a huge swing round coming through. A judge in the back pocket of Noya. She wants to build a dual wield, a close range duel, plus that tour de force as well.
Ooh.
Aggression.
Yeah, I wanted to see if they followed behind that. They've already forced him off the line at least, but still, look at this reaction top middle. And let's see it again, great positioning. Donut's getting nothing up here. Stalls out, ready to mark it. Glance on the 1-2 punch. Alexis still has this res. Does she invest this? I don't think she's got time for it, really. The double swing, they're getting proactive. Another brawl breaking out, and look what the spike is left. And the pacing from Alkia on this flank. She is here fast. She can tick off. She can tell them, don't worry about market yet. Focus towards that B main. They haven't put together the full picture, but they're going to soon.
Sophia just saving her gas right now, trying to cut off Noya's lines. Don't give her any openings back into this round.
She's going to have to dig deep if she wants a pick on this, though. Sophia waiting back sight. They're still a bit paranoid. You can see this. They don't quite know where these players are. You've got... again, it feels like it's so tailor-made, it's so obvious, but how do they recover this spike? That's the hard part now for Shopify. They have to try and find their way through this maze of players. A very unorthodox position from Alkia. Mel trying to work towards this spike here, trying to draw eyes. Safia the first to bite, but not giving away too much. Noya giving a pixel, but the trade's great. Alcia is there. Noya! Nuclear in approach. So fast to hit that shot. Still needs the plant, and Alcia is slowly wrapping on the site, the reposition, but the expected line! Noya! A cut above the rest! When needed, she shines!
The chamber pick coming in clutch. Noya arriving right when SRG need her most, and that was KC in full control of that round. Power positions. I feel for KC there. I mean, they wanted to secure the round. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place, but this is the power of Chamber. I mean, the slow coming out off the op shots of that tour de force, just checkmating the space. And Noya, those are some beautiful shots.
Man, that just looked like a frag movie from start to end, right? That, you just clip it, put some music to it. It looked damn good.
What the?
I mean, you're going back for seconds on that jump? I mean...
They don't have a heal on their side
right?
either.
Like, come on now. Let's calm it down a little bit. Simmer this one down. Still a close affair between these two.
And Shopify, they should be communicating to one another that Noya did a lot of damage to the A anchor. Looks like there's just posturing. They're just faking this mid-control, and Noya finishes off her work.
Noya's starting to kick into gear, man. Alkia here, though. A bit alone. Does Noya go that far on the corner? She does! Another victim to be had, and Noya just farming now. Glance in. Hunter's Fury. And that was burning a hole in Glance's pocket, but it's Donut to go digging deeper. Nice! Couple of confidence boosters here. Oh, yeah. Glance, I mean, try and do what you can, but the final boss has turned up. Noya ain't letting you out from this jail cell you're put in. Bye-bye, Noya. Yeah, stunning work from her. Shopify give themselves a buffer, a little bit of distance here at 5-7, a close game. What a start from KC. Actually really pushing those numbers at the start, but Shopify under pressure come out swinging. If I'm not mistaken, we even have a little bit of a treat lined up here. I believe Jen Lee standing by with an interview to give us a little bit of a further glance into some of our players.
Hi guys, Jen here with Katya, Glance's friend. Now, you guys must be really good friends for you to fly all the way to Korea and join Glance in her journey.
Yeah, we met like a lot years ago in Valorant, so I'm really grateful to the Riot Games that they created such amazing game, and I met my soulmate. And I'm really happy that I see her right here, and she made up to like this level, and she put all her energy, like efforts, all her time, like all her life in this, like what she really loves. So I'm really proud of her. I love you.
일단 카티아님은 글란스 선수와 엄청 절친인데 발로란트를 하면서 친구가 됐고 그리고 예전부터 이렇게 친구 사이였는데 글란스 선수가 이렇게 열심히 하면서 꿈을 펼치는 모습을 계속해서 지켜볼 수 있으니까 너무 감격스럽고 참 좋다고 하면서 글란스 선수에게 사랑한다고 얘기를 해줬는데요. 그렇다면 이제 글란스 선수 좀 에너지가 필요할 것 같아요. 응원의 한마디 부탁드리죠. Any message to Glance? You know, send her good luck energy?
Yeah, of course, I give you all my energy, like all my support, and please always know but you already know, of course, that I'm always by your side, and I always will be, like, all my life.
네, Glance 해줘.
Glance, 해줘.
해달라고 합니다.
Like that.
Seriously.
That is so sweet. Like, damn, get you some real friends like that. But still, at 5-7, this is a close game, right? It was a turnaround. It was a turn up from Neuer. Coinbase Econ report on the screen just for you folks to have a little glance towards, a little look at. But Christine, that turnaround, that upswing from Neuer was something to look at.
It's just absolutely incredible, and it's gonna mean so much for SRG, swapping now over towards the defense side of things. And you know, we talked about this double sentinel on the attack, a lot slower of a start, but with Neuer heating up like the way she's been doing, now on the defense, she really can have a lot of fun. And you know, I talked about who's gonna be that teammate who's gonna be there to hold her hand and break all her utility. She's got a pocket save. She's gonna be able to slice the pie herself, talk to her teammate, drop that Sage wall, and she's going to be able to choose her lines in the mid-round. So KC on Celia, I'm looking straight at this KO, and the information that Glance is going to be able to give over towards each other to be the counter to this chamber, because Neuer is just having a lot of fun right now.
And you got to stop it, right? Stop it in its tracks and fast. 5-7, KC, got to start this one up well. There's that wall, there's that pressure. And this was very early.
That was an insta-paranoia.
I mean, but look, okay, so we've got a B main walk, we've got a top mid walk. Whoa! Alkia! Man, I blinked and missed it. I don't know what Neuer was meant to do. But now the map looks weird. Look at these positions. The 3-play walkout from B. We've got top mid controlled by KC. And you can see the hesitation with the spike. They're like, where the hell are they? This seems bizarre. And the knife's going to isolate and identify where Alexis is. Didn't expect the wrap from top mid. Safia with a checkmate on that. They should be able to put together where Shopify are coming from now.
Yeah, that process of elimination, the brain ticking away, but the speed from SRG, they're able to find one, but KC, they're all grouped. That smoke is going to buy them time.
Yeah, GX can play around this well. And that is perfect. Good trade from Dodo Nut, but they need more. I don't know how much more they're going to get here. Safia down low. Oh, wait, hold on. It ain't over yet. Look at the HP on KC. Mel, Dodo Nuts making mountains out of molehills. I don't know how they just did that.
We need to watch a replay from Dodo Nuts POV because that was ridiculous. Low HP, and you know, we've been talking about the synergy. We've been talking about the new duelist from Dodo Nut on this international stage, and she is heating up. Those were ridiculous shots. I thought that when Safia killed Alexis and Spawn, it was over. It was wraps. And especially when that smoke comes up, my God. Even Mel is surprised.
Same, like none of us knew what was going on. That is wild.
Holy moly.
We got Stingers coming out. They're behind this, man. KC, they're coming in with a big fight here. On the other side, a decent purchase to that Outlaw in play. We got Guardians, Bulldogs, the whole shebang, and KC gonna just pick up the tempo again. It's Pacey and Shopify. Do not give a damn. It's a shutout. 9 rounds to their name.
That is a statement shutdown coming through. You know that KC are hyping themselves up like, we had that pistol. Let's just force buy. Let's get back into this. And just slapped right back down. This round was over in about 3 seconds.
Damn. Oh man, that's tough. Okay, KC, you're gonna have to suffer through this one. You're gonna start seeing those double digits against you. You start feeling that weight of this game. Heavier and heavier.
There.
The nightmare of anyone who's on a pistol. That down wall. On the other side.
And Alexis dropped a really early Sage wall, and you can see that she's playing solo towards this B, playing soft, using those fundamentals well. Casey was able to break a hole into it, and you can see the movements coming out, what it's making the defenders do. Alexis and Mel together, they have to respect this B main. And Casey are using that time to regroup towards A, but they're trying to dodge this long line, potentially expecting a push from the SR side of things. But right now, they're just stuck in their own spawn. They don't really have any answers.
Now, back in my day, there was a couple of teams who do this, the kind of like, almost like faux timeout, right? That kind of take this, have a chat, because odds are you're probably not walking away with much. You could see it there as well. It was GX mostly having the conversation in this. Again, they can pick back up and they'll still try it out towards A. Yes, you get to offset the timing a little bit. The problem is there is a judge here. That's a little bit hard to push off this angle with just those pistols.
30 seconds left.
It is Sarah. Full control.
Spike down A.
And for KC, this round was probably never going to be the one that things turned around on. But see what we can do with 15 seconds. Plant wouldn't be bad. Don't know if you're going to even get that.
She's gonna try her damnedest, but there's Noya on the line. Yeah, KC just trying to use every tool available at their disposal, really trying to use those mind games to make SRG think that they're regrouping somewhere else.
30 seconds left.
But a little bit early, I gotta say, from Sophia to go out on that A main.
Yep.
All good though. I mean, it gave Sarah a lot of orbs, and we know this A main contestation. The orb is up for grabs for Sarah. It would be huge for a retake scenario for themselves later on in this half. Let's see if Casey's ready to punish, because 3 members of SRG, I think they want to set up Sarah. There they go.
Ooh, okay, gonna be revealed, and actually Alexis left for dead. Does she get away? Oh my god, she gets out of there. That feels so lucky. Good work initially.
Sage kick coming in clutch, and Sarah was able to grab that orb. You can see she already made that rotate over. So Shopify, I mean, Noya, she's just going to pop some shots, get off the site, TP off, and Shopify have a strong retake coming into this round.
Yeah, top mid smoke just went through for KC. Door gets shut. Clearing through middle. Tense stuff now. Just getting this out. Gonna hear some of that util though, but it's double stack top middle. High flash and Alkia's timing. Is it right? It looks good. It is. KC explode top middle. Reward found. The issue is still on the site itself. It's still kind of an extended bonus for Shopify Rebellion. So not with the full weaponry, but this Outlaw is dangerous, especially in Noya's hands. Alexis on the corner. Can't quite connect. And Celia clears it well. KC. This is better. Mel in a 1v4.
30 seconds left.
Bulldog far from ideal at this point. I think there's a little upgrade there.
Spike planted.
I think that's about all she's going to get in this one. Glance just jump spotting this. So going to note the position. And kind of somewhat shuts the door on the possibility. Already see Safia sat a little safer. And yeah, she's going the long way back around.
I like this re-wrap around though. I think she's going to be able to find some punishes, or at the very least survive. Yeah, Mel should be able to walk away with this one.
All good.
What a pivot coming out for KC.
Yep.
I mean, just an immediate response right away as they're losing that B main control, making their way up towards top mid. And the flash coming out from Celia didn't catch anyone, but Dodo not getting caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, that was an explosive opening coming out here for Alkia. And that ultimate coming out on Sarah's back, it should have come into play, but she just gets exploded on immediately. Glance is able to take her out.
Yeah.
And that was dry. No utility either coming out for KC. So for Shopify, they got to be better on their defenses there. And for KC, I mean, if they're able to work around the map like that and punish and find those openings, certainly it's going to give them an answer for their comeback in this second half.
There we go, early paranoia. Noya standing guard though, takes
Beautiful
away
shot.
Alkia and stands her ground. And why not when you're this damn good, Noya? How many 3Ks can one person get? There's no escape for GX. And it's instantaneous. Shopify allowing no naughtiness and Glance. Last alive, it feels like it was a quick affair this round, very few options. Yeah, with the wall being put up, Spike on the other side. It's an uncomfortable predicament to be in. No real easy way out now.
Taking a little gander, and she's got the Hunter's Fury in her back pocket, but she's just looking for kills here at this point, taking her time. And for SRG, they're going to make sure they are going to keep this round clean. They do not want to lose any more money. They've got to make sure they're dominant in this third.
Yep.
For Glance, I mean, this goes back to what you talked about a couple rounds ago. I mean, this is the IGL for KC's side of things. It's perfect time for her to tuck and just reinforce, recollect.
Yep.
This would be a perfect moment for one of your teammates to just say, hey, that round's on me, my bad,
Yep,
all
take the hit,
good.
no
Yep.
worries. Spin on it. It
Just
looks like
move
they're having
on.
that chat, right?
Yep.
Like that kind of scene there. Again, for Shopify, though, it's another step closer, right? We're getting towards 11. It's as much as logically, yeah, hands up, cool, that's on me, no worries. Fresh start. Next
10
round,
seconds
you
left.
don't get so many rounds left to do that with now. It's starting to get to crunch time. Now, does Casey have another timeout? I haven't quite kept up on that. I feel like they might still have one left here. I wouldn't be surprised to see that utilized pretty damn soon. For Shopify, they have no issues really in mind here. Ult-wise, they've got 3 big uns ready to go if needed. For KC, it's time to put up really or shut up at this point. It's been a bit of a drought of rounds, right? It's getting to that scary time where Noya's starting to get 3Ks every 2 rounds. She's on 23 to 10. Noya's having a game here. 15 seconds and we're back underway. I mean, I just heard it as well. Noya investing the ult for this one. KC, if you've got something up your sleeve, bring it out now. This would be the time to try and stop the rot. It's been a slow and steady march back for Shopify. On the verge now of getting up to 12 rounds. Push to the 3rd map, sure. But still looking in control.
Noya trying to find an early pick with that Tour de Force procced. Vandal in her back pocket as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a shorty in the mix as well. And she's just making it look so casual. This time around, KC, they don't want to risk it. They don't want to give her any more movies. And I'm curious to see when Sophia is going to try to take care of this chamber trip towards this B main to try to keep both defenders towards this area. That drone is not going to find much. And I mean, Noya is just going to LOS it and re-go back onto the line.
Yeah, both kind of points of contact have already been somewhat found to a degree, right? That Prowler middle catching towards Alkia. Door gets broken. Okay, trying to add a question mark towards Market. Popping of the ult. It's going to be Alicia going through, trying to take the space. It's all but bait. It's all but a ruse. Noya gets curious and goes down. Does take GX with her, but the A side not completely vulnerable. Mel is there. Takes away. Oh! It's all 3Ks all day! Oh my God! What are you meant to do, Potter? They keep doing this to the man.
And we got to see a replay. We barely caught it at all, but I'm wondering if KC, they didn't use the flash from Oncelia. How the hell did Mel get away with just a free line like this? I mean, 3 members from KC peeking 1 by 1, and it's just not good enough. Shopify, we talked about their protocols. We talked about their defense. This is where this comp is meant to shine. And if it's not Noya, it's gonna be Mel. Each player taking turns, just dominating and eating up these gaps. For KC, it's just salt on the wound.
Yeah, this is getting brutal here. Alexis trying to be quick on her feet about it. Dodo not going hunting, can't quite find him in time. Noya gets curious, and you know what happened to the cat. Noya goes down, leaving in this 4v4. Alexis has a corner to play in. Casey are on the site though. And okay, Mel's gone down. Wait, this is starting to look a little bit better. Casey and all the chaos, maybe still alive. Maybe not. Dodo not on a tear. They're taking turns getting 3s. Last one alive. Shopify Rebellion maintain that they are the golden standard here today at Game Changers. 13 to 6, take it to a 3rd, and they still elevate further. Potter, they got pushed, but they pushed back harder.
Statement series.